again, and welcome back to Wingot Plays Satisfactory. Between episodes, I've spent a little bit of time doing some setup. What we've got over here, once we mirror that over to the other side here as well, this quadrant here will be producing 480 presents, which is substantially more than the 240 that the previous design was doing. Given that we're after 600 presents in total, then this, along with another 120 being made by another 8 trees over on the other side, will be the 600 we need in order to make 4 stars per minute. But if we've also got, that will still only take at most 2 quadrants. We've still got 2 quadrants just on the ground floor here. You can see here I've hooked in a couple of inputs, which is where we're going to be bringing in our iron and our copper, so that those can be brought up here and be used to make our iron and copper baubles in combination with the red and blue baubles. And then those together with all of the presents that we're making, we'll then make our candy canes, our tree branches, and then all of that together will make iron ornaments, copper ornaments, the ornament bundles, the decorations, and then finally the wonder stars, with a total of 133 machines, not counting the Christmas trees themselves, the gift trees. So let's get started. Now, conveniently, as I said, this is producing 480 and we need another 120. Conveniently, we also need 120 in total for making our red gifts. So what we can look at doing is actually not shipping another 120 upstairs, but instead producing it all down here, including producing the red baubles, because as far as I can tell, the 24 machines that are going to be needed to make the red baubles will also fit down here, even with our trees set up here. If we just quickly grab here, we want the murders to bring all of this together. Perfect. And then we can actually output to the back there instead of towards the inside, and that should allow us to then get to work on making our red baubles. Come back and repaint these conveyors later. Perfect. Why is that angled? In the right spot. I see, that one's angled as well. So it seems like this tree was out of position. Oh, that looks correct, and that's correct, so that should be perfect. Now, the next step is going to be, we are going to want a splitter over here, inputting from here, and we need a Mark II feed into it. Good. Now, we've got space here, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, so we can go put our smelters, and if we go to the middle of then that allows us to make 4. It doesn't actually clip, even though it said that it will. And then we can put it here. I'm not seeing the blue line. There you go. Boom. And then we can go for that. Now that's going to be 8. Once we mirror it, that's 16. I did say we need 24 though. And by my count, so this here, yeah, we're inputting from this side here. So if we quickly pop over here, And we can put one, finally, here. So these will, this again doesn't clip. It's bloody close, but it doesn't actually clip. And in fact, that inside piece of this one doesn't even need to be there, so it's actually not even as close. And then if we take a look at our splitters, we can throw a splitter here, which is going to output to all of these machines along here. We can throw splitters down the middle here. And then all of these presents, if we split this out, so each of these is going to need 5 per minute. So the actual throughput on the conveyor belts is not much. And so we've got 120 here, which is a Mark II belt. If we use Mark I belts, that will be more than sufficient for these builds. So this line here is going to need 40 per minute by itself. And then the side builds. So this one needs another 40. Yeah, a total of 40. Yes, because we've got 8 in total here. So if we quickly throw this in place as well. None of this will run because it doesn't have power, but we can at least do this. Good. And then finally, this one gets to come down to here. And that, okay, take that back one. Instead of there, we want it here. And then that loops around nicely. Perfect. And then we can just quickly go through and set all of these to the red ornaments as well. Great. Then we just need to merge all of these together, and basically they're all going to output here into this middle line, and then they can merge out here in the back. And then let's say that merges there. Yep. So yeah, let's say that merges there. Then when we get it around to this side, once it's mirrored, then it can come out of there by just jumping over the input line that is going to be going towards it. The other thing I was considering was I could potentially bring this line all the way up and then feed the input from the back, in which case the output could then come back towards the middle here. So yeah, that's a possibility of reworking it that way, but for the time being, I'm happy with the way that it's designed. And that will make our red presents. So let us quickly take a look here. We are going to need power. Let's put this on the corner there. Good. And the simplest option is going to be running that straight across to here. And then that can go to each chains. This can then, let's take a quick look. So yes, this can then go over to here and over to here, while still maintaining one. No, it doesn't have a spare connector. So we're going to have to use this one to connect it to there. And conveniently, actually, that is where it connects to. So if we do it like this, then all of them can connect like this and have the cleanest design. Yep, okay. Good. And you need to also go there. No, it doesn't. That needs to also go here. So that it can go here and here. And finally there. Good. Now, the one thing we still need though is to connect all of that to the actual mains power. And if I remember correctly, this way is the side that our main base is on. So what we're going to want to do is, I think we probably just want to actually, arguably, we don't want, like, we're not going to have any of that stuff down there afterwards. So what I might do is I might take this connection here and run that down to here, and then that's going to be able to connect out to the mains network somewhere. Now we'll pop it here, up to there, and then in the middle of these two, and finally into the mains network. Perfect. So that should actually get our red portable production up and running. It just doesn't have any output at the moment, and it's only half of our final build. But if we go take a look at it, it should just be working. Cool, I can see things running, and we have our gifts being made. If we then grab some mergers and we've got red baubles coming out. Why? Okay, these ones are running as well, so if we can grab our merger, we can also go, yeah. Perfect. And then this, or maybe that flips to the outside. That definitely flips to the outside. Okay, so instead what we're going to do is run this straight to there. Good. And then if we put a merger here, that looks like it will definitely flip outside. Perfect. Now, let's quickly take a look how that looks from the outside. Okay. Now, I guess the question is, can I paint that? If I can paint that green, then it blends in reasonably well. And the other one, can't even see the other one. I think it's just in there. Nope, it's the next one. Okay. And I don't think I can see any evidence of it at all. Perfect. So if we go back here, we can quickly throw that in. There we go. So this one here mostly blends in. You won't even see it from a distance at all. So that is going to be the design. Perfect. I could always just put in one line and then it wouldn't overlap at all. But there we go. We've got our red baubles being produced. And I'm just going to double check that all of these have green lights. They do. Perfect. So that's red baubles up and running. Now the next step is, of course, we need blue baubles, candy canes, and tree branches. So the alternatively here, we've got the iron and the copper coming in. So the iron is going to be 180 a minute, which is this one here, and the copper is going to be the 120. So if we continue this 120, that in order to smelt all of that is going to need four of these smelters. So if we take a quick look, let's see. How about we go there, 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 and interesting. Why does it say that that's not in the middle of this? Because it's not. I think it overlaps here. Anyway, we'll ignore that for now. So this can then make copper. Perfect. And the question is, can we neatly split? So I don't think we can, because that overlaps with the machine itself. However, does that work? No, I think the easiest option is just to move all of that back one row. Went in the wrong direction. Let's see, point it that way, and there. There, okay. So, 60, then it's here, it's going to be 120. And 90, and then mark 1 of those two. Perfect. So that should then make our copper. And then we get to go here and split this line, which is going to need to split 6 times in order to make our iron. And then, yep, so input from that side. 4, 5, 6. Oops. Cool. So 6 of these making iron. Perfect. Then we got that. We can connect these. Now all of these get to connect to those because they all just have 30. Oops. Good. Also, this is just a manifold design, but it will in time. So then Mark 3 gets to go here, and perfect. And we can of course apply the skins to all of this, which I can come back and do later on. But in the meantime, let's take a look. So we've got our iron, we've got our copper. This is all, of course, going to need power as well. Let's take a look here. So here was the power point that I had connected in there. That is going to be the ideal spot to connect to. And then we should still have one connection here. Yep, perfect. Which allows us to connect over to this. Perfect. So that's our iron and our copper set up. I don't think these will communicate. They shouldn't, because there's a gap there. And so there we go. Iron, copper. We've got red set up. Now, if we go up to the next level, we can use all of those gifts there to start working on our candy canes, our tree branches, and our blue crescents. So if we pop up to here, then here we've got, oh, we don't need these. We probably do because we need blue, but we'll come back to that. So here we need a output lift, which is going to be a Mark 4 because we're inputting 408. And of course we need a splitter to convert that into our 3 different outputs. One of the outputs is going to be candy canes, for which we need 16 machines and 240 presents. So 240 presents is a Mark 3 build, and so let's start by working on that. Over here, 16, we can easily do 16 by doing 8 and 8 like we did downstairs. So let's take a quick look at that. Candy canes are made in the constructor armor. Yep. So we're going to need 16 constructors, which is nice and easy. 8 plus 8, 1. Yep. Cool. There we go. That's 8 there. If we grab a splitter, we can take the input from here, and in fact what we can do is we can put another splitter here. Good. So then our output from here is going to rush in, and we can split it out into, let's take a look. So candy cane, 15 per minute. We've got 4 there, so we need a Mark 1 belt into this. Actually, this doesn't need to be a splitter. This over here needs to be a splitter. Although it doesn't actually need to be a splitter. Okay. Cleanest design is probably just put another splitter here. A Mark 1 belt from there to there. And then this gets to split all of these into our machines. Yeah, fine. And then of course we can grab our Mark 1s. And all this. Good. Now if we do quickly set all of these, they can all be set to candy cane. machines. Good. And then they will merge together here and outwards to the back. That is wrong. This one's in the wrong spot for some reason. Okay, good. Now the question is, what do these make? These make 5 per minute. So 8 of these make 40, so we can use Mark 1 belts all the way along. As the I think interesting. It looks like I put them all one over from where they should actually be. They're meant to be one more towards the left here. Still, they're not going to get in anyone's way, so that's just purely aesthetic and what are these? These are 15 each, so that can be that, but then I need a Mark II. Perfect. Now all of these should be set to the right thing. Good, and so those will be making our candy canes as soon as we get some power up here. And the question is, how do we get power up? So this one here can connect one more. So power connects to here. That can then go to this corner. Connect to this corner, and then let us just. That's what's going to annoy me though. The power poles with the constructors being out of place. Just connect all of these to the power poles. Okay, good. And then this one will go over here. Now we should have candy canes coming out of these all the way along, and green, 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 green. Perfect. So, candy canes being produced, and we'll mirror that over to the other side here, which is going to make 5 times 16. 80 in total. Okay. By taking in 240. Now the next step is we need tree branches and we need blue baubles. So for the blue baubles, we're going to need 18 machines. For the tree branches, we're going to need 15 machines. Tree branches, if I remember correctly, are made with constructors. Let's take a look. Smelters, we're going to be able to make smelters. So but we can't make any more splitters. Okay, I'm going to have to head back to base and get some more cables. That said, we are hitting that wrapping up time. So at this point, we've got our red baubles being made, our gifts being made, our candy canes being made. I just need to double both that build and the red candy canes build, and pipe in the iron and copper, both of which I think aren't actually going to be bringing in these quantities of belt. I think they're only bringing in like 60. So I'll need to have a look at what the input looks like for those. But that will get, once we've got the iron and copper coming in, we've got all of the inputs that we actually need. And then it's just a matter of working through the fact that the machines to actually get everything processed. But I think I'll have to continue next time. Thank you for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.